Coding for kids is growing rapidly in popularity and is a big buzzword in USA and in India. So if you are those parents who are not aware about what is coding for kids or parents who are in dilemma to spend or not to spend $1,000 or around 1 lakh rupees, then this video is for you. Friends, I will try to explain in layman's terms each and every concept so that you can understand even if you are not from IT, software or engineering background. Today we are going to cover all these topics. What is language? What is coding? What is coding for kids? Benefits of coding. Best programming languages for kids and complete steps to enroll your kids for free course, absolutely free course, no charges. Friends, my name is Suran Sharma and welcome to our YouTube channel Careerstalk. I am a career consultant and if you are visiting our channel Careerstalk first time, please ensure you hit the subscribe button and part of our family to see more family friendly content every week. And at the end of the video, if you like my efforts, please hit like button. Your one like is big motivation for me. So friends, let's start with very basic. What is language? So it's a method of human communication, either spoken or written, consisting of use of words in a structured way. It can be a system of communication used by a particular country or a community. And there are roughly 6,500 languages that are spoken in the world today. So friends, let's see what is coding or programming. Friends, does your son or daughter have a dog? Has your family tried to train that dog? So when you give a command and the dog responds appropriately based on your instruction, for example, sit, stay, or roll on. Similar thing happen when it comes for your kids to write a program. They are doing much of the same. They as a owner are communicating a set of commands to a computer with the expectation that the computer will respond accordingly. So in a more formal word, what is coding? So coding is a method of communicating with a computer. It is using a language that a computer understands to give a computer instructions in order to perform specific functions. Coding allows us to create things such as computer software, websites, apps, and video games. There are various types of different code depending on what you want to develop and different programming languages that each have their own set of rules. But basically, coding is giving instructions to a computer in order to produce a desired outcome. So what is coding for kids? Okay, what do you understand by this symbol? By looking into this symbol, what comes in your mind? I am sure something like this. Do not walk. So it's not a real coding. It's a coding through playing a games and building block of functions together. Kid will learn the basic concepts and the logic behind coding and how to apply loops, create functions and if statements, but it's building block only. It's sometimes also called abstract coding. So basically it simplifies the representation of something more complex. A function gives a simple name to what might be a complex chunk of code. So instead of do not walk, we can just put this symbol. So basically, I like to refer this as a drag and drop method of coding games. It is easier at first when you are just learning the logic or syntax to simply have a student click the mouse and then drag and drop either the image or piece of already written code into blocks. It's also great for those who do not yet know how to type and are trying to gain exposure to see if coding may be something they would like. Most kids starts from here. I will show you in demo in upcoming slides. Okay, so let's see some of the benefits of coding. The very first is with coding knowledge, students better understand the world around them. So most of us don't know the first thing about what makes our smartphones, laptops, social media networks and video games run. Basic programming knowledge can change the way we interact with the technologies we use daily and can open our eyes to infinite possibilities of coding. Second benefit of coding is coders are in high demand. 71% of all new STEM jobs are in computing, yet only 8% of STEM graduates are in computer science. That's a serious shortage of computer science majors in USA. The third benefit is coding is fun and satisfying. So for many developers, part of the appeal of coding is the challenge and reward of seeing their code comes to a life after a good debugging session. Getting started with programming can be easy and fun. While programming is a logic base, it's also an extremely creative activity. If you know how to code, you can develop the apps, video games, websites, and more. The fourth benefit is coding improves creativity. So when you learn a language, you use it to express yourself. The same is true with code. Computer coding empowers kids to not only consume digital media and technology, but to create it. That's important, to create it. Instead of simply playing a video game or using an app, they can imagine making their own video games or envisage what their own website or app might look like. The fifth benefit of coding is its improved problem solving. So when kids code, they take complex problems and break them down into smaller parts. Kids learn what it's like to approach a problem the way a software engineer does, with logical computational thinking. So computational thinking teaches you how to tackle large problems by breaking them down into a sequence of smaller, more manageable problems. Friends, but with all of that, proceed with caution. Okay, I'm not going to turn around now and say you should not learn to code, obviously, but more of why just code. It's a natural for such a simple question and the following related questions to crop up as you break down whether or not coding is right for your child. Like, what if my child does not want to learn to code specifically? Does that make them a failure? A big no. Will they not have the chance to secure a cool internship down the road? A worthwhile job? The answer is big no. What if they want to learn X or Y or Z? Will those things count in the future? Of course, yes. So let me wrap up this by saying me or whoever else urge you to learn to code is probably not doing so with the intent of the statement to be so exclusive. Friends, one of the most amazing things you will ever hear is that Steve Jobs did not code for Apple ever. Still, everyone knows Steve Jobs for his leadership skills. Friends, let's look into what are the best programming languages for kids. Okay, so with young students, many parents prefer visual block platform to start with. Some, however, prefer to get their kids typing early. So when your child is ready to make the jump to text-based coding, my advice is to always let your child interest dictate your choice of a language. So if your student is interested in Minecraft coding, then you can begin with a visual block and then move to a Java or JavaScript. If your child is interested in robotics, some of our favorite DIY robotics kits use scripting languages such as Lua and Scala, which are both child friendly. If your son or daughter is interested in building a website, you will want to consider HTML or CSS. If they are interested in building apps, you might want to consider a language like JavaScript or Swift. Friends, let me take you to the website which we are talking about. Friends, this is the name of the website code.org. Yes, friends, it's not .com or anything else, it's an organization. So it's code.org. Before I'll take you through all these login process and all, let me show you a couple of things. Let's check the donor part. Who is helping supporting code.org? Now friends, all these are big names and I don't have to tell you about these big names. Microsoft, Facebook, Infosys, Amazon, Google, Gates Foundation, PwC, Salesforce, Verizon, BlackRocks. Friends, you can understand the amount of trust these people have put it in code.org. This I am showing so that you can understand who are behind this code.org. Let me show you the partners tab. You can see the major partners and corporate supporters: Amazon, Cisco, Google, Infosys Foundation USA, Microsoft, Khan Academy, PwC, Uber, and there are hundreds and hundreds of regional partners. You can just scroll and you can see over there. The list is endless. Okay friends, let's see what we can learn over here. So you can learn computer science at home. It's completely online and as already mentioned, it's completely free. Now it's divided into 3 different sections. One is for grade K5, one is for grade 6 to 12, and that is beyond K12. I will show you each one by one. You can see a small thing over here. Engineers from Amazon, Google, and Microsoft helped create these materials. So you can understand the quality of material which you are going to get from this website. Let me quickly take you to the sign in page. So you can create your new account, or if you already have a Google, Facebook, or Microsoft account, you can log in by them as well. So I've already created my username, so let me log in quickly. Once you log in, you will see something like that: my dashboard, course catalog, projects. And you can see the name of my son Rudraksh over here because I have created for my son this login. Let me just click on my dashboard. You can see one course over here, course A 2020. You can see he has completed lesson 9 till loops. So let's see the course catalog first. So you can see this is the same page which we have seen in the main page. So let me click over here, grade K5. Now you can see over here course A, that is for kids till age 7, and then we have course B for kids age 5 and 8. So I have started my son from this course A. You have to just click this, and then you can see lot of activities out there. So you can see he has completed couple of activities till 8 he has completed. Let me show you few very basic things, how actually it looks like. Yeah, so you can see over here these are the building blocks which we are talking about, and it's very simple. You can just looking into them, you know, like okay, when run what will happen. So let's run it first, then we'll see what is happening over here. Okay friends, so what exactly happened over here? These are the building blocks. You can see, you can just click over here, you can just drag something from here, you can whatever you want you can do over here. So, and you can just delete it also over here, something like that. You can do whatever you want to do over here. Okay, so they have given you this one small puzzle to solve. Watch out for walls and crates. Scrap metal looks like this. So you have to basically do small steps to make this robot to run and get this. Okay, and this is lesson number 6. So previous to that they started from lesson 1, very basics, and then they will come over here. So intention is just to show how it's worked over here. Okay, now the one important thing which I just want to show over here is, friends, the important thing which I just want to show you is this show code part. If you click over here, you can see the actual coding which is happening behind these blocks. So you can see there is one for loop with one variable starting from 0, count is less than 5. So this is the actual text based coding which is happening behind these blocks. You can see collect, move west, collect, move west. All these are the functions which are happening behind these blocks. Okay, so if you see over here, this is small boy need to collect all these diamonds, right? So this is a building block. When run, what will happen? Repeat 5 times. You have to go east, 1 2 3 4 5, and then you have to get this. Okay, and then again go west, get this west. So I think it's incomplete, but you can see over here you have to use only one E block. Okay, so I think my son still has to complete this, but let's try this, what is happening over here. Okay, so you can only use 4 blocks. Take a look at your code and try again. Okay, so he has to finish this. Looks it's incomplete, and they're really going to enjoy this, honestly I'm telling you. So yeah, so I hope you got the basic how you can use it based on your age of your kid. You can choose any of these things, and they are pretty simple, easy to use, and free of cost. So friends, I am going to create similar more videos on coding for kids in future. So if you really want to know more about different platforms like code.org, which are a little bit more advanced level websites to help your kids to learn coding, please subscribe and hit the bell icon.